Welcome back to Living Local. Toxins and chemical pollutants are everywhere in our air, our water, our soils, and our food supply, as well as our bodies. According to the Department of Agriculture, Americans consume millions of pounds of food preservatives and pesticides each year. So how do we eat with health in mind while living in a world that many say is poisoned beyond repair? Today we're getting expert advice for eating smart in a toxic world. Joining us via Zoom today is Dr. Ingram. He's the author of Foods That Cure. Thank you so much for joining us today.
That's right. Hi, good to be with you. Where's your shopping cart? We can figure this out easy. Let's just drive it down the outer aisles and grab whatever potatoes and onions and vegetables and fruit. It was not that difficult.
Right. That's a great piece of advice to start things off, is shopping the perimeter of the grocery store.
Yeah, just stay away from that other stuff. Now, you might go get some grass-fed meat and some eggs or something natural that you could add some protein to the fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and then you've got everything you need really at that point.
Perfect. It really does sound simple when you put it like that. Now, Dr. Ingram, we are going to unpack some interesting things that I think folks will want to know about today. First of all, toxic heavy metals like arsenic and mercury finding their way into jars of organic baby food.
Well,
how can this
the
be?
coal burning and the terrible insecticides, pesticides, and the artificial fertilizers. When you corrupt the nature and you corrupt the way we used to grow things, then you get this density of junk, from heavy metals to pesticides to herbicides. And in California, oh my God, they put tons of pesticides and herbicides on the soil. So we get it because that's where like 90% of our food comes from.
Mm-hmm. Now, Dr. Ingram, how can we know whether foods advertised as organic are really organic?
You look for certified organic. So you got the USDA circle. It's not too bad. But if you've got the certifier there, another circle on the back cover, then you're pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And in your opinion, which popular foods and beverages deserve to be put on the do not consume list because of their toxicity?
That's not that difficult. Deep fried, breaded, and certainly things like, for example, everything with sugar, corn syrup, GMOs. Look for the corn, soy, cottonseed, and beet sugar, and just don't eat that stuff because they engineer that. We don't want engineered food. We want the way God made it, the way nature made it, and leave it alone. Mm-hmm. And you're okay.
Right. And now a lot of folks out there have heard of antioxidants. Can you explain what they are, which foods contain them, and how they help our bodies deal with the toxins in the environment and in our food supply?
The big thing is the skins and the coloring of fruit and vegetables, but the bigger thing is the spices. Did you know that the USDA said that oregano had 42 times more antioxidant power than apple skin? So your ginger, your oregano, your cumin, your sage, your cinnamon, your cloves, they are much more powerful to give you antioxidants than just the food. Mm-hmm. So make sure you use a lot of spices. If you've ever heard of oil of oregano, that's another supplement, but use them, buy them, put them in the food, in the beverages.
I never knew that. So even more reason to add some spices and herbs to your meals.
Well, you could just add that to your shopping cart. You pick some of your best spices and you double up on what you normally want. One bay leaf in the spaghetti or just a little bit of oregano. Try to put a little more on the pizza and spaghetti and the sauces and the stews and stir fries because you get that antioxidant power. And guess what? Germicide. Don't talk about that. But get to kill some germs with food, garlic and onion, spices. That's pretty incredible.
Now, what would you say is the best way to clean pesticides and fertilizers from fruits and vegetables?
I wish I had it, but there's a product called Orega Spray, and that strips everything off of the carrots and the fruit and the vegetables. That and vinegar. So if you use those two and soak, or maybe you spray, you can get whatever on the surface, you can get 90% of it off, and of course peeling. That's the only way I know of.
Perfect. Now, you mentioned sugar earlier. Let's talk about it. Is it a food or should it be treated like a toxin and be avoided?
No, well, if you put the same standards on cyclamates and NutraSweet and aspartame and the saccharin, this would have been banned 50 years ago and would have saved us from sugar diabetes and childhood autism to a degree, and certainly these heart disease. This is a hypertension. This is a poison. I don't know why we have this fetish for sugar, and everybody should take a look at broccoli, potatoes, onions, food, grass-fed meat and eggs, and quit the sugar, quit the corn syrup. If you see it on the label, don't buy it. It's something else.
Great piece of advice there, Dr. Ingram. Now, what role does the liver play in guarding us against the effects of toxins, and how can we support the liver so it doesn't become overworked and overwhelmed?
The liver, look, the way you support it is the dark greens. They detoxify, they alkalinize, so make sure you eat a lot of dark greens and artichokes and certain things, even the spices, oregano, cumin. They've all been shown, ginger, to agitate the secretions of the liver, clean it out. So use plenty of spices in all your foods from now on. I'm not going to leave you alone until you do.
That is a simple fix that we can do. Can you give us a few simple changes we can make to our food selection and lifestyle that will provide noticeable improvements to our health?
I think we could. Let's get the enzymes. Think about that. So that means fresh, live. That's the vegetables. We get them instead of a can or frozen. We get the live stuff, and we cook a soup, or we make a salad. We get the fruit right there, the grapefruit right there, oranges, and pull it in the cart. And we just stop pushing the packaged food button. And then, of course, don't forget, you've got the fresh spices. You also have the dried kind, and putting those in the food helps keep you from getting viruses and bacteria. Those are two good tips. And the third one is you're going to quit taking the sugar. I'll help you lose weight just with that alone.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Ingram, thank you so much for joining us and for all the insight.
Yeah, and somebody said, don't you dare write a book like Foods That Cure. Again, you could have wrote 50 books. You put too much information. So find out which foods can help cure you.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, if you'd like some more information, you can go to cassingram.com. We'll also have those details posted on ourquadcities.com.